Eddie, soldiers. Oh my god, it's December. I need to show you what is outside my window right now. Are you seeing this? It's snowing. Me. It's officially Christmas season! I'm so sorry for not posting anything for the entire month of November. Where did November go? Where did it go? I don't understand how I got to this point in my life. I'm gonna blame Christmas retail and school essays. Seems like a realistic scapegoat to me. Well, now that I'm back, I did want to do another book haul because I read so much in November, and unfortunately half the books I read were advanced copies, so I can't really show them, and I'm angry about that, but also January, February are gonna be some like real good review hauls, so make sure you stick around for those. I suppose this will just be like a chatty kind of like catch up, but also book haul video, and we'll see where it goes. First book that I want to mention that I got and read in November is Fate of the Tearling by Erica Johansson. This was the most beautiful piece of literature I have read this year. It was just so beautiful to read, and the whole like space-time continuum thing like comes to a peak in this. I cried at the ending. It was mind-blowingly boggling fantastic. I also bet you all saw this coming, but I read Heartless by Marissa Mayer. I have mixed feelings on this book. This should have been way darker than it was. We got some darkness at the end, and I thought I wish I'd been throughout the entire thing because those three little girl Fate sisters are creepy as hell. I love the Mad Hatter in this. I cried for him. Loved Jess. I thought that he was a little one-dimensional though. Wonderland wasn't as fantastical as I was hoping it would be. I did really enjoy how she wove all these different types of fairy tales and nursery rhymes into it. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. Confused? You'll have to read it. I also read my way through The Witches of New York by Amy McKay. And Amy McKay writes one of my favorite books ever, which is called The Virgin Cure. And in that book, a 12-year-old girl named Moth is the main character. And in this book, she's starting a shop with another friend, and they have like it's like a little witchery apothecary. I didn't like this as much as The Birth House or The Virgin Cure, but I still enjoyed it. All the like witch propaganda that was in this. A lot of stuff to do with the church and religion, as this does take place in like 1800s New York, so I mean, you know there's gonna be some kerfuffle there. One of my favorite books ever I read in November, and that is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Natasha and her Jamaican family are being deported this night, and the other boy named Daniel is being forced to go to the school that his South Korean parents want him to go to, and he's feeling the pressure of having to live up to their expectations. They meet and become friends and fall in love all within one day, and I was very skeptical. I was like, it's gonna be an insta-love, it's gonna be lame. No, it was not. There are fantastic portrayals of family and racism and being yourself and allowing others to shape you, but constantly going back to what you believe in and doing what you want to do. Another fantastic contemporary I read this month is Holding Up the Universe by Jennifer Niven. I have to say I did connect with the characters in All the Bright Places a little bit more, but I like the idea behind the characters and Holding Up the Universe better. Our two main characters are Libby, who used to be America's fattest teen. Now she has lost half the weight that she used to be and is going back into regular high school, and Jack, who is a boy that has prosopagnosia, which is a disorder that doesn't allow him to remember faces. I don't understand how Jennifer Niven wrote Jack so well, because I was thinking that, you know, if you don't have that serious of a disorder yourself, it's going to be difficult to relate to. But no, she did such a fantastic job on a very different side of the spectrum. I read my way through, what is this? Lover Reborn, Lover at Last, and The King by J.R. Ward. The Black Dagger Brotherhood is a vampire romance novel series that I have a guilty pleasure for, and it's also like 13 books long, or maybe it's 15. We finally have character development in these for these some characters that just like won't get along for like 4 books, and finally we get the resolution to them, and I'm really happy about that. And The King was a really good wrap-up without being a wrap-up. I'm pretty sure this is like second last or something, but oh my god, the ending tore my heart out, and I was so happy. It, like, tore my heart out, like, in a good way. Now, a book that I already hauled, but I read this month for book club was Every Hidden Thing by Kenneth Opel. This is about the son and a daughter of 2 opposing paleontologists as they race to find the first T-Rex skeleton in the 1900s, and I really loved that idea. However, I found that the romance was like not that great. I didn't really like the other dude character whose name I can't remember. He was just a little too love-struck for me, and I get this whole like Romeo and Juliet type-esque idea, but Rachel was just way too good for him, to be honest, and there was some sex in this, and usually that's okay for me because I don't mind that, but they're both like 14. Writing was a little bit on the younger side, so having them have that sexual relationship was a little out of place, and I did feel a little bit weird reading it. Not horrible, not fantastic, but I mean, if you like paleontology and dinosaurs, this is the first of its kind that I've ever read. Alright, now for a book that I adored, which was Scythe by Neil Shusterman. So we've reached a point in humanity where we've learned everything we can, and no one can die anymore. So there are these people that are deemed Scythes, who are the only ones who are legally allowed to kill people, and they have to cull a certain amount of people every year to keep population stable. Two main characters are apprentices that get taken on under this one Scythe, and then eventually they get split up and put under different Scythes, and then there's conspiracy within the Scythe government kind of idea. This was so cool. The mentors were like legit mentors and not just like, I am some old person who is going to teach you some things. This is gonna be a series. I'm definitely gonna read the rest of them. And this is like super duper late, but I was also sent an art copy of The Thousandth Floor by Catherine McGee, which if you don't know is the one with the really, really beautiful gold cover. And this is a dystopian book that has 4 different points of view. I can't really remember what it's about, to be honest, so I'm gonna just read the back. Okay, I lied. There's actually 5 points of view. How are you gonna pull that off, girl? And there's like conspiracy in the future, Manhattan of 2118. People are better, you live on the 1000th floor, there's a tech genius. I haven't heard any reviews on it though, so maybe I'll have to review it myself. A book that I am super duper excited about is Fire and Stars by Audrey Colthurst. So you've got a fantasy novel with a princess who's, you know, supposed to be engaged, and then there's an assassination, and then someone there has to run away with her best friend, but this has lesbian princesses in it! How could you not want to read that? Hell yeah, let's give me some LGBT in my fantasy novels. Let's do this. I'm so stoked. I also got a book from my childhood being like 14, that I totally forgot about, and then my friend Allie was mentioning it to me, and so I found it again, and that is Elsewhere by Gabrielle Zevin. Our main character in this dies when she's 16 years old, and instead of going to heaven or hell, she goes to this place called Elsewhere, where you age backwards until you're a baby, and then you get sent down the river of forgetfulness and memory where you're reborn again. And it's such an interesting take on rebirth and regeneration. So sweet and sad, and like her trying to help her family, but also that being against the rules of Elsewhere, and it was a fantastic book. I can't remember why I gave it away. And finally, oh wait, not actually finally, I have one other thing. Okay, second finally, I let myself be influenced by a friend at work, and I bought Stormdancer by Jay Kristoff. After I read Nevernight, which is Jay Kristoff's second book, I was like, yo, okay, I'ma be down for this. So I got Stormdancer, which is like a Japanese, Chinese folklore inspired book with an adventure and having to go find mystical creatures. Alright, actually finally, I just wanted to show off, it's not really a book, it's more of a deck of cards. I went ahead and I bought a deck of tarot cards, and usually I'm not really into that. I can't read tarot cards, but these are drawn and painted by one of my favorite artists, which is Brian Froud. I have like this one and I have these. I just think they're just stunning. I love this type of fairy artwork, and I really do believe that this is what fairies would look like, kind of half human and half creature, and they're so beautiful. So I'm not actually going to use them, I'm going to punch holes in them, and I'm gonna hang them around my room, I think, as decoration. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I am almost at 1,000! Which is like super weird and awesome. So thank you for joining me so far, and I hope that I can, you know, keep producing some videos to keep y'all around. Anyway, I'm gonna go do some studying, I think. Need to get some essays done because finals are kicking my butt. I hope all of you guys are having a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you all next week. Bye!